Hello, Pisces. Thank you for joining me for your July 2020 ASMR tarot forecast. It's very good to see you again. I'd like you to do something for me first, which is all of the anger, any upset feelings that you have, any frustration, heartbreak, depression, anger. I think I said anger. If you harbor hatred in your heart, I'd like for you to take all of those negative feelings, wad them up into a tight little ball, and release them right into the flame of my candle. Awesome. Thank you. Great job. So today I have these quartz crystals that I'll be using as part of the manifestation at the end of the tarot reading. I'm going to be working on creating the future that you would prefer to have. I have here this piece of rainbow moonstone, which is kind of like a white, clear labradorite. You can see the refraction. To clarify the reading this month, I'll be doing something a little bit different, which is that I'm going to be using this box of stones. I have 3 turquoise nuggets. I have 1 dendritic opal. I have 2 fire opals. And then I have the rest, which I think is about 8 stones, are white opal. And jelly opal. Is the deck of tarot cards that I'll be using this month. And they're very psychedelic. I like them a lot. Alright, so how I will be reading for you this month. I'm going to choose a significator from the deck, or, pull a card. That'll be your significator. And that goes in the middle of the reading. I'm going to pull cards for past and future. And then I'm going to pull a row of cards and put them beneath, and that will be things over which you have control. Absolute power. How many of you have even seen E.T.? And then I'm going to pull another row of cards and put them above. Those are going to be things that are beyond your control, but which do influence your life. So some of the stuff that ends up there has more to do with global situations that might be going on. But again, these are general readings. So I try to keep it not too specific. Specific enough to be relevant, but not specific enough to box in any particular situation. Just because the world is on fire doesn't mean you can't still burn your own house down by leaving the stove on, unfortunately. Alright, and then I think if I were to cut this deck, I would feel a little more strongly about it. There we go. Alright, Pisces, here is your current position. And it is the Three of Cups reversed. So you could have had a falling out with your close friend group, or this could be a third-party situation. Let's find out more about it. And here we have the Nine of Cups reversed. It's kind of a tough situation. I'm very sorry, Pisces. So, you know, this could be falling out with your very close friends. It could be a third-party situation. Then we also have here the Nine of Cups reversed, which tells me that you had very high hopes for whatever that situation was, and that for whatever reason, everything fell apart. But all is not lost. This is just the current situation. And maybe that's not even relevant for you. Oh, yeah. Alright, so here in the past, it's the Two of Cups. This is usually a romantic partnership. This is pretty clearly a romantic partnership. It can be a business partnership, but cups are all about the emotions behind situations. Here in the future, we have the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles, as you can see these two figures here, it's all about being left out in the cold. But usually on this card, you can see that there's a church in the background, and if they really wanted to, they could go inside the church and seek the salvation of Christ. I'm not saying that you should do that. Obviously, it's not right for everyone. But that's always the argument. Oh, well, why don't they just go inside the church? I feel like I'm being very clunky on the table. I apologize. I just kind of tapped my elbow on the table. I'm not hurt, but it made a noise. elbows and knees. All right. Let me cut the deck. There we go. Yeah, this is the card for sure. That is the card that I wanted. Better shuffle a little bit more. That is the card that I want, though. This is another card, I guess. All right, so this card is going to... Here, let me put these here for a moment. We'll get to that. That's the current situation. This is your past situation, and this was something that you had control over. And it is the Empress card. So this can be divine creative energy, it can be a pregnancy, it can be, she has the Venus symbol down here. Sometimes I read it as a Taurus card because of the Venus correspondence, and I do feel like Empress is a Taurus card. So you were definitely in control of how people perceived you. The current situation, I'm not sure which one of these is crossing and which one is the main card. We'll use the Court card as the main court card just for personification's sake. This Page of Swords, this would be you in the current situation most likely. Somebody who is full of new ideas and able to express them very well. And this would be in a work situation where you're very established and well respected. So you've got that going for you, regardless of what else is going on in your current life. And then the future of what you have control over. And that is the Seven of Wands. That's all about having to fight off attack from all sides. So this could be relating to the work situation, but I see that you have a lot of control over your work situation, which is actually really cool. So it could just be that in the future competition is ramping up. And that would make sense if you are mostly in control of your work situation, and then your relationship situation, you're kind of half and half in control of that, right? And now for the things that are outside your realm of control. All right, the past. I'm sorry, Pisces, it's kind of a sad reading, but we're going to get to the part where we manifest the future you desire, right? So this card represents the past, things that you could not control, and it's the Eight of Swords reversed. It's a very interesting... So it looks like you were trapped in a situation, but you were able to get out of it. So whatever this situation was, you were trapped, but now you are free of that. The current situation, we have the Queen of Swords, and she's in the reverse. The Queen of Swords can be a bit of an unscrupulous businesswoman. She can be very cutthroat, backstabby, and this could be an air sign in your life. This could be the person with whom you are currently having this falling out, as a matter of fact. I'm going to pull your card for the future. And that is the Magician in the reverse. So I see very much that you do have control over your destiny. You are going to be able to fight off anyone who's bringing an attack your way. This Magician card in the reverse, because it's in the future, I feel like you will be able to manifest and create anything that you want again, but that it might not happen as soon as July. It might be something that gets delayed. But of course, the Magician being all about creativity and manifestation. And we do have, at our two corners, we have the Empress, and then we have the Magician reversed. And then also to remember that down here in your sphere of influence, you have the Page of Swords upright. And then outside of your influence is where that Queen of Swords reversed is. Let's find out what's crossing that Queen of Swords. What is she so cross about? The Knight of Swords in reverse. Wow, this is some very hectic air sign energy. Very cutting. Knight of Swords in the reverse is somebody who just opens their mouth and lets whatever come out. So I definitely feel like somebody is bringing that energy. It just feels really chaotic. Not quite fire sign chaotic, but this is a lot of reversed air sign energy. So this person could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius affecting your life in this way. It could be someone to whom you were coupled and now they are wreaking havoc in your life. Gosh, that is not good. But I also don't see this, like I said, this Magician up here. Eventually these things will pass, and it's outside your control as to when. It's outside of your control right now as to why you're not able to manifest things the way that you would like, because I do sense that that's also happening. So now I'm going to get out these stones. All right. Ooh, I nudged the table. Well, none of them moved too much. We have 3 opals up here in kind of a shallow triangular formation. You know what this situation is and what it's about. We have this cluster down here of opals, and that's like you being like, oh yeah, guess what? I can bring that energy too. But when I do it, it's in the interest of this work situation. It ends up being beneficial. It ends up being, look at what I'm accomplishing here, basically. And, something that I considered that might be happening for some of you is that because this Page of Swords energy works so well in whatever this work situation is, when it is mischanneled and you don't realize that you're doing that, and that's why it's up here in things that are beyond your control, then you see this highly chaotic air energy. So look at where the air is in your chart, okay? This highly chaotic energy up here that is out of your control is based in a really good place, but it's going to be about finding a way to separate that, because you still need to have a certain amount of that energy, in order to fight off all this attack. But fire energy and air energy can be a little bit similar if they're this chaotic. We've got these turquoise and opals clustered around the edge of this card. You were really hoping that this situation would work out. Whatever this situation was, you were really, really looking forward to this wish fulfillment. And so I see that because it's leading into this 5 of Pentacles, you're going to be really disappointed about this outcome, and it's going to make you feel like you're not capable of manifesting things, but that's absolutely not the case. All right. You are getting away. We don't have a lot of stones over here. We do have one where you're kind of holding on to this little remnant of an idea of what this relationship was, but you're really getting away from that. And then, yeah, just having, these stones kind of clustered on this card. I think whatever the situation is, these people were getting less of this energy and more of this energy. It was just getting really chaotic. And this opal in particular kind of fell out of my hand first, and it's kind of bridging this situation. So either this is somebody who is doing things to you in this situation, and you're feeling really put out by it, or this is a manifestation of this chaotic swords energy that, when it's channeled in your professional life, is actually very effective for you. So just keep that in mind when you're dealing with people outside of your work situations. It's so difficult to compartmentalize. It can be so easy to just carry over your emotional baggage from your working life into your social circles without realizing it. All right, so what I'd like for you to do, whatever this situation is that you are currently having to leave, I want you to get a really good, well-rounded picture in your mind of that, based around what we've been talking about. Right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So hold on to that energy. I want you to think about, we're going to transmute some of this air energy, some of this very chaotic air energy into fire, okay? Fire is the creative spark. I want you to start out by feeling a cool breeze on your skin. It's very cool, a little bit damp. You feel this cool breeze on your skin. And then gradually, what starts happening is the breeze picks up. It gets harsher. Now we're talking about full-on Santa Ana winds, swooping down into the San Fernando Valley through the mountains, right? Just absolutely barreling through the streets of downtown LA. And I'd like for you to now pick up on the heat that's associated with those winds. Those winds are very hot winds. Talking 90, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, right? Think about how hot those winds are. Now, think about them burning away any moisture, any coolness, hot and dry. And then all of a sudden, you're surrounded by fire, and you're transmuted by it. Like a salamander, you will be able to walk through it and not be burned. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Perfect. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Pisces, for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed the reading and that you will like, share, subscribe, and possibly even let me know down in the comments how you're doing, what you've been up to. Always love hearing from you guys. Really appreciate it. And until then, thank you so much for stopping by. And I will see you again very soon.